And it is time for a little stream again. I hope everything is working with my sound. I think yes. Do I see an image in the preview thing? In which case I could start. Okay, I see something. So I guess my live stream is now working. Alright. So I should maybe get started already, so that when the first people arrive, it's immediately interesting. Okay, let's see. A new project. I guess I should start this off again by hello. I just wanted to explain what I'm going to do here now, so you can be with me while I'm doing that. My plan is to make a new VST plugin from scratch, and I'm not even using my VST plugin template, but just the producer. So this will be a useful stream for everyone who just wants to use the producer and doesn't rely on my huge template. And the goal is to make a MIDI plugin, a plugin that outputs MIDI and inputs MIDI. So MIDI flows into it, and then there are two parameters. One of them is the lower limit and the other one is the upper limit of the notes. And when some notes flow through the plugin that are out of these bounds, then they should be octave down or up to be in the bounds again. And yeah, I want to use that together with a MIDI mirror plugin, because I have, thanks for the like by the way, I have a MIDI mirror plugin. I found that somewhere, but I noticed that sometimes it creates really low or high pitched sound, and I want to tame that a little bit so that I can actually apply that on all kinds of sounds with the same settings and still have control on the sweet spot. So let's, oops, it's not a GUI project, I want a plugin project. We call it MIDI, I guess, MIDI wrap, maybe? Yeah, that will make sense. So what do we need here? Do we need DSP? I don't know, I don't think we do. I don't think we need anything, not even the graphics. This could be a plugin completely without a GUI, because I want to get it finished quickly. I want to use this plugin now and not just make it. Okay, where do I want to create this project? Of course, where I create all of my projects. There is one thing about the stream that will be a little bit unpleasant, and that's that I'm currently a little bit sick. So sometimes I have to cough, for example now. Okay, I hope that's not too annoying. So let's get started. Plugin development. Yeah, that's where I will put it. But I will put it into other because it's one of my side projects. Okay. Now I can get started with the basic settings. Like that there is definitely plugin enable copy step, and it should be statically linked so that everyone can actually use it. Okay, great. Now we have to go into the basic plugin settings, check if everything is alright. Company name, I guess that will be my name. Okay, so what do I want to do? No AU, just VST3 and standalone. Okay. This is a MIDI input, MIDI output plugin. And yeah, that's a MIDI effect. Is it correct? I mean, why do I have to still call it a MIDI effect when I already said it's in and output? Does anyone know, maybe? Because I never really thought about that, but now that I want to make a dedicated MIDI effect, I wonder if what exactly this thing makes. Anyway, plugin is definitely called MIDI wrap. Plugin description, wraps incoming notes. Yeah, that's what it does. So I am the manufacturer. My code is, I don't know. What is my code again? I kind of forgot. I'll just make one up. And this will be MIDI wrap. Okay. AU main type, I can skip that. Number of MIDI inputs. Oh, these are the channels, I guess. Okay, let's just take all of them. What kind of category is this going to be? Oh, hi. By the way, I see the chat at the moment because it's still in the background. And oh, I see my face is covering it in the stream, but yeah, I do see the chat, by the way. So we can talk as long as I'm still setting up the producer. Very well. And when I'm done with this, I will put the window to my other screen where I only sometimes look. So where were we? Oh, alright. VST3 category. Does it have something like MIDI effect or so? Maybe it's a tool then? I don't know. Someone should definitely rework the categories. Some of this is really outdated. For example, modulation. Why is the category called modulation when it's actually modulation attached to something like a flanger is an LFO with a delay, and that's more than just the modulation. But anyway. Okay, what's here? Language standard. Okay, I just used the latest one, I guess. Okay. So okay, I can already say that I can delete the plugin editor because I don't want to make a GUI. And I don't know if I need another file or if I can write everything in process block. It should be possible. It shouldn't be too complicated. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, finally we get started. So the first thing you should always do when making a new project is trying to run it. But I must say, I already know that it won't work because I deleted an entire file already. So I will first make sure that this has the potential to work. Okay, I don't need this. I don't need any of that. Okay. Actually, I don't even need any of this, but yeah, let's not be too pedantic here. Okay. Oh, I still have to assign the reference at least. Okay, now it works, right? Come on. Now it's super simple. It works, right? Right. Am I missing something? Oh, of course. Okay, whatever. Let's just ignore all this. Keep it as simple as possible. I will not use it anyway. And now I can run it, right? Why do I already have so many? Oh, right, these are just the warnings that I get for not using the things in the methods. Oh yeah, no set size. Okay, well, then let's instead just directly skip this part and instead jump to removing the editor entirely. Whatever, then I will never run into this problem. Okay, now I got my MIDI wrap plugin and it needs 2 parameters. So I can close this and never open it again, which is nice. And now I'm wondering how that thing worked again with the parameters, because I haven't worked with Juice internal parameter system for quite a while. Should I use audio processor value tree state for convenience? I think I should. I normally use my own system, but this time I think it makes sense to just be a little bit more chill about that. Okay, thank you GitHub Copilot for finishing this line. The create parameters method doesn't exist yet. So okay, let's include this so that GitHub Copilot can read what was in the header file. And oh, I could already prepare some member variables in the header file so that it knows what I want to do. So what was the name of the parameter pointer thingy that you can get out of the APVTS? Let's check again. APVTS get parameter. Come on. Why does it not give me any? Okay, blah blah blah, some string. And then what is it? A ranged audio parameter pointer, right? Okay. So oops, this is not std. I thought I need an atomic. Ranged audio parameter pointer. Lower limit and upper limit. So these are the parameters. I don't know, maybe I should make it more clear that these are parameters, but maybe it's also clear already that because it's ranged audio parameter. Yeah, should be. Okay. So now I can probably create parameter layout. Static. Yeah. Great. So as I thought it knew what I want to do, which is creating a parameter layout for MIDI, which is 0 to 127 including. And what is this last argument again? It's the default value, right? Yeah. So okay, by default the limit is as wide as possible, which is a nice default value. I keep that. What did it choose? Audio parameter float. Maybe does audio parameter int exist? Yeah, maybe that would make more sense. Or actually no, I'm not very used to using audio parameter int. Let's just keep it as simple as possible for me. So now I have create parameter layout and I have the parameters. Yeah. Oh, it misspelled a little bit. So what? Why does it have to be casted? I thought it already returns a ranged audio parameter. Yeah, it does. I could only cast it to audio parameter flow to be more specific. But let's just try how far we can get with just this. Okay. I'm living a little bit dangerous here for typing this manually, but it seems to work so far, and this plugin is not going to be very complicated anyway. Alright. Lower limit, upper limit, that's the parameters that we need. And okay. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is going through all of these methods and make them more specific so that it's easier to read. One of these things that I'm going to do is removing the destructor because I don't need it. Another thing is saying except MIDI true produces MIDI, true. Is MIDI effect, true. Get length, well, whatever. Get program, also well, whatever. No one is ever going to make presets for this plugin. Get num programs. Get current now get index, I don't care. Get program name, I also do not care. Change program name, I couldn't care less. Prepare to play, whatever. I don't think I need any of that in this super advanced plugin. Is buses layouts, I don't touch that. It's going to be fine. Okay, so now we are finally in process block. Let's see. Okay, this is all the stuff that is always done for audio reasons. Why is this not const? It won't change anyway. Now the next thing I always do, which is not in the template, is if num samples is 0, then return. We have to define num samples before. So this will make this code look a little bit nicer at least. I do have to look at it. Okay. Now, next thing is getting started with the MIDI messages. Yay! Or actually, lower limit value. Oh no, this has the same name as the member variable. Maybe I should rename them. Okay. Good. So lower limit equals lower limit param get value. But how do I get the denormalized value? Lower limit param range get normalizable range convert from 0 to 1. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be a little bit annoying, so let's just say this is the range, and since it's the same range for the lower limit param and the upper limit param, I can use the same range for both. Come on, give me the range. Convert from 0 to 1. Oh man. Is GitHub Copilot broken or what? It takes too long. Now let's check how good this works already. If we can go on or if we still have to fix something. So this is a good checkpoint to check out what's going on. Okay, output. Now we can see output works. Okay, this should be rounded definitely. And yeah, I should definitely at some point create a value to string function so that it also shows the rounded values. Actually, this could get a little bit more complicated than I wanted it to be, now that I think about it. But it's okay. For now, I will just static cast int this thing. And the rounding will later come from the parameter itself when I fixed its functionality, I think. Or do I still have to round it here? I don't know. Yeah, let's just do that to be safe. Okay, let's go on here. Boom. Oh, we can actually return null pointer here. So I can completely remove the editor from this project, which makes it look a little bit nicer. Okay, so we got this, and now we want to be able to save the data Come on, GitHub Copilot. You are nice. You're nice. You can do that. Has it turned itself off? That sometimes happens. In such cases, I just reload Visual Studio and then it works again. Because I cannot remember the lines that I have to write here. Come on. Let's go. Do I really have to look this up? Come on. I don't want to look this up. Come on. This is just boilerplate. I wanna get it. No. Okay, I have no idea why. Why it doesn't work automatically now? Hey, it should at least give me a suggestion. What is this? Ah, damn. Okay. I have to Google it. Whatever. Or at least look in one of my other projects how it was written. But that's a good example of why GitHub Copilot is useful. I mean, it's not that I couldn't do it differently, but if GitHub Copilot actually worked, it would be just faster. Didn't waste my time with this generic shit. Okay, looks good. Let's see if it works. Of course it doesn't. Because cannot open source. Yeah, of course, because source file doesn't exist anymore. Great. Now it works. Right? Let's go. So some settings, blah blah blah. It's 2296 and now 2296. Great, it works. So now we want to actually the functionality in process block for the lower limit, upper limit stuff. MIDI messages clear. Why would I clear the MIDI messages? I wanna transform them. Well, whatever. Okay, that looks better. So I'm looping over the MIDI messages. Initial, why does this not work? Maybe like that? Yeah. Okay, now I get the MIDI buffer iterator reference. And yeah, I wanna dissect this a little bit to make it a little bit more understandable here. So here get message. Message is of type MIDI message. And then if message is not on. Okay, that's reasonable. Because if it's not on, then it means that it has a node value. But I'm just wondering, could it also be that we have to deal with node off in some way? Let's find out if it wants to do something there. Oh wait. What does it even try to do here? If the node number is lower limit or upper limit, it will be cleared. No, that's not what I want. Okay, maybe GitHub Copilot doesn't even understand what I want to do. Maybe it will give me something better when I'm explaining it. If node number is lower or is out of bounds, it is wrapped back into bounds. Okay. Let's see if that makes sense. Wow, that's a very mathy way to describe this. I would have used just I think I would have just used a while loop. But let's see if this at least is a method that actually exists. So MIDI message, get message, set node number. Will this automatically be referencing the actual MIDI buffer? Or do I have to make my own MIDI buffer for that? That is the question. Or actually, I think I do. I haven't made a lot of MIDI plugins or MIDI related plugins yet, so I'm still a little bit awkward about that. MIDI buffer is what I need, okay? MIDI buffer out. Okay, now I have a MIDI buffer out. And I don't know what I have to do with it. What kind of constructors does it have? Okay, MIDI buffer, empty. MIDI buffer with a single message, and I could swear, yeah, ensure size, pre-allocate some memory for buffer to use. Okay, so I guess I will do that. I don't know what kind of size makes sense. Maybe this, whatever. Let's see. So now every time process block comes, I can clear the buffer, which is a safe clear, I think. Yeah, clear quick is definitely a safe kind of clear, not one that resizes any buffer or something like that. And now I can add the rep node number to a new buffer instead, right? Or would it actually already work like this? Do I even have to use this? If I wanted to use it, how would it look? Add event. Oh, raw MIDI data. That sounds complicated. Add events. Because I did think that I have to put everything into the new buffer and then at the end use the swap with function, because I once saw someone did that. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, let's just try whatever is already here. Just wondering if this actually is correct. But anyway, let's go on. Let's find out if there is something for... Huh? How is this supposed to work? Add event with what is MIDI message here? That is not the arguments of add event. So yeah, maybe GitHub Copilot is just a little bit outdated when it comes to MIDI handling in Juice. And I have to actually figure this out on my own. Oh, damn. Okay, in that case, let me instead try to describe it in a way that I would do it. Auto node number. So the node number can be higher than the upper limit. So while node number is higher than upper limit, yeah, that looks much more like something I can actually read. And now, while it's lower than the lower limit, it is being octaved up. Okay, that looks very good. And now, add events. Okay, what? Okay, add event does exist. But this has too many things in the same line. Okay, I want to make a new message, or actually I can override the old one. Yeah. Okay, this is a new message, and now I can add this message here. And that at least makes this line already look a little bit nicer. But what's going on here? MIDI message node on? This is the wrong stuff or what? Oh, okay. The original messages channel, the new node number, and the original messages velocity will together form the new message. And now What's the problem with this? Probably the same thing. No. Okay. Get sample position. Yeah, sample. Is it the right argument at least? MIDI message and sample number. Okay. Okay, let's actually give it the same name so that it's consistent. Now, checking everything again. This is a constant. This is not a constant. Add event does exist, but if I add an event, I have to remove an event as well. Oh no, this is MIDI buffer out. Okay, that makes sense. So at the end of the method, I can swap. Yeah. Okay, that's just as I thought. Now, do I have to write anything for node off? What is the suggestion? If node off, then I also get the node number and wrap it. Now at this point it would make sense if this was like a little helper function. Inline int wrap. Okay. X int lower int upper. No except. While x is smaller than lower, x plus 12 and okay, great. So this is going to be my little wrapper function here to make it look a little bit nicer. And also so that I can also make this one const. Great, now I have a better overview. So node off, get channel, node number, velocity. So basically the same thing, but just with node offs instead of node ons. And else I'm adding an event. Oh yeah, of course, I also have to add events that don't have anything to do with all this stuff, so that it is the same buffer apart from the wrapping. Okay, I think that's all that I need. Now I could check if it runs. And if it does, then I can finally wrap nodes. Okay, everything seems to run so far. I think I should still fix the parameter before I go on though. Okay. So what was the audio parameter float? Okay. What was the longer constructor for that? Oh, I might need to pause my stream soon. I'm not sure yet.